In part one of this natural English conversation between Jan and Ryan from the office, we practiced all the different sounds of the American T. Today we're going to continue this practice to imitate natural spoken English in this second part of Jan and Ryan's conversation. So let's get started with the scene, but before we do, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button if you like what you learned today. Let's watch and then imitate the natural spoken English that we hear.
Well, you look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Scranton suits you.
Best decision I ever made.
You were let go.
You know, I love the beard. Keep it forever.
Let's start with the first line. Ryan says, well, you look great, because he's trying to shift the conversation a bit. He really stresses the words look and great, which is why he releases the T at the end of great, when normally we'd pronounce it with a stopped T. Try it out. Well, you look great.
You look great.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Next, after Jan says, thank you, Ryan continues the conversation by saying, Scranton suits you.
Scranton suits you.
To say that something suits you is another way to say that something is best for you or most comfortable for you. In this case, it's a little bit of an offhanded compliment because Ryan is saying that Jan is better suited to have a life in the shadows of a small city like Scranton, Pennsylvania, instead of the New York City career that she used to have. Now let's imitate the natural English that we hear. There's a glottal T in Scranton, which is the same sound you hear in the phrase uh-oh or button.
Scranton, Scranton, Scranton.
We don't use our tongue to create this sound. We stop the air in our throat. Uh-oh, uh-oh, Scranton, Scranton. This glottal stop in Scranton is just like the glottal stop in the city of Manhattan. Manhattan, Scranton. Be careful to make sure that there's a stop of air between the two sounds. We shouldn't say Scranton. It should be Scranton, Scranton. And similarly, we shouldn't say Manhattan. We need to have that stop of air. Manhattan, Hatton, Manhattan. And then we have a stopped T in the word suits, and the S is pulled over to the word you to connect these words together. Suits you, suits you.
Suits you, suits you, suits you.
Now try the whole line with the glottal stop in Scranton and the stopped T in suits. Scranton suits you. Scranton suits you.
Scranton suits you.
Next, Jan replies by saying, best decision I ever made. To which Ryan says, you were let go.
Best decision I ever made.
You were let go.
This is hilarious. First off, because Jan is trying to come off as if she is and always has been in control of the situation, which is why she says it was the best decision she's ever made. But the reality is, Ryan confirms this, is that she didn't make the decision to leave New York. The company let her go. In other words, they told her they wanted her to leave because of her inappropriate conduct at work. But that's a story for another time. Let's go ahead and imitate the natural English that we hear. Listen to how Jan says, best decision.
Best decision. Best decision. Best decision.
Notice how she dropped that T there? This is very common when you have clusters of 3 or more consonants. If there's a T or a D in the middle, it can get dropped. Try it out. Best decision. Best decision. Best decision I ever made.
Best decision I ever made.
Next, Ryan points out the obvious and says, you were let go.
You were let go.
He's really not going to humor Jan here, is he? We have the stop T in the word let that gets glottalized simply because it's easier to create the stop of air in the throat in order to transition to the initial consonant of go. We don't want to hear a release on that T. It shouldn't sound like let go. Instead, pronounce it like let go, creating a stop of air with the throat.
Let go, let go, let go.
Now try both lines. Best decision I ever made. You were let go.
Best decision I ever made.
You were let go.
And finally, in this last part of the scene, Jan quickly changes the subject to looks and appearances because she doesn't want to admit the fact that she was fired. She says, you know what, love the beard, keep it forever. She's obviously being a bit insincere here, but giving out fake compliments like this one is a lot easier than admitting her defeat. Let's listen and imitate the natural English that we hear.
You know, I love the beard. Keep it forever.
Jan says, you know what, rather quickly with a stop T. Try to imitate this phrasal reduction. You know what? You know what? If this is challenging for you, I encourage you to close your eyes and just imitate the sounds that you hear. Don't think about the letters or the words that you see. Just imitate what you hear. You know what? You know what? You know what? Love the beard.
You know, I love the beard.
And lastly, Jan says, keep it forever with another stop T in order to transition smoothly to the initial consonant F in forever. it forever, it forever, keep it forever.
Keep it forever. Keep it forever. Keep it forever.
And there we have it. Imitating natural spoken English conversation from TV is a great way to practice your English pronunciation. Now, if this was too challenging for you, please don't get discouraged. These topics are pretty advanced, especially if you're new to them. But I promise that if you continue practicing, you'll get better and better. Remember to always listen first, then imitate what you hear, not what you see written down. Let me know what you think in the comments below and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And also hit that thumbs up button if you liked what you learned today. As always, best wishes and good luck practicing your American accent.